Hi guys, I have a planner challenge for you. I know how popular One Book July is by Romany and Carrie and Miss Vicky B, and I thought that I would make a planner challenge for you if you want to take part, which is similar but different. And basically, it's no decoration. It's called Back to Basics, and it's literally just using your planner to actually plan. So I see a lot of people who love stickers and love washi tape, and that's great. It's really fun to decorate your planner, and for a lot of people, they really enjoy it, and it's kind of a scrapbook for them. However, I do see some people who feel like they're spending too much money on it, or they've got too many stickers, they feel compelled to buy them when they see them, and they hardly ever use them. I mean, I'm definitely guilty of that. I have a whole tin full of stickers, and they're bumpy stickers, and I never use them, and I feel that it's such a waste. And I find that planners, you should prioritise planning. That's what they're for. It's great if you decorate them and you plan with them at the same time, and that works for you, but I find that a lot of people feel like they feel compelled to do it, but it doesn't really work for them, and they still feel like they need to do it. They still feel compelled to do it because a lot of other people are doing it and they want to be part of the community. However, and because the community has grown a lot in the last 4 years or so, I joined it 4.5 years ago, and people were just literally using their planners to plan. The only stickers they were using were functional. The only colours they were using was the odd colour coding. And a lot of people have joined since then. The Filofaxi group is in the several thousand now, and there are a lot more planner groups than there were when I first joined, and there are a lot more planners that have become popular, and a lot more YouTube videos and a lot more blogs, and this is great, but I think the majority of them do focus now on decorating, and that is essentially not planning. And a lot of these planning with me videos, these sort of watch me plan, start off with decorating, and that I'm not trying to insult the people who do this or the community or the decorating people, but sticking stickers and sticking washi tape isn't planning. Doing the writing, doing the planning your week is the planning, and doing stickers as well is great, but I really feel like people should prioritise on the actual planning and do the stickers afterwards. I mean, the very basics of this premise is if you stick stickers and washi tape on your pages before you do the planning, you might have worked out how much space you're going to need for what you know the week is going to be like. If you say, right, I've got 5 things to write down for Monday, what happens if you've filled up the space with stickers, written in your 5 things, and have got no more space to write anything that comes up, especially later on in the rest of the week? It's things like that that just mean that decorating has overtaken the actual planning. And I think some people would really benefit from a challenge where they really go back to basics and they really assess what is important in their planners. And this is a completely optional challenge, and I think for some people who have already decorated their month, this is going to be difficult. So you might not want to do it for the next month. You might want to do it for a month in the future where you haven't decorated and you know that you are going to be able to do this, so that you haven't got things that you need to prioritise over this challenge, which is why I planned it for November, not December, because a lot of, the religious holidays are in December, and you might be focusing on that rather than focusing on your planner. And I think people would have already decorated for Christmas or Hanukkah rather than November, which I know in America you have Thanksgiving, but in the UK here we don't really have any holidays in November, so this might be a good time to do it for people in the UK. But if people in America want to do it as well, then that would be great, and people all around the world want to do it, that would be fantastic. And there is a sort of way that you can decorate for Thanksgiving in the challenge. I will explain that in a minute, but essentially this is a no decoration month. But don't panic yet, because I will explain how it works. So for example, if you have a week on 2 pages or a day per page or a diary like that, and it comes out plain, you might have a planner where it's pre-decorated, such as Dodo Pad, or such as one that's already got some colour on the pages, like Life is Crafted. You might find that that is sufficient and you don't want to decorate anymore. That is fantastic. If you have a very plain diary, I don't know if you can see it, but this is my day page which I made. That is very plain, and if I wanted to decorate it, I would come to it afterwards. You have always got the option to come back to the month after it's finished and stick your stickers on then, especially if you like to look back at your months and you want stickers on every month. You can decorate it afterwards, that's fine. But essentially this is a no sticker and no decorative washi tape month. So let me explain. My plan is, and this is still optional, you don't have to take part if you don't want to, my plan for the challenge is the first 2 weeks, so from the 1st of November to the 15th of November, so that's from Sunday to Sunday, those first 2 weeks, you go cold turkey. No decorations, no stickers, no washi tape, no stamps, nothing. You can use as many pens as you want. You can colour code to your heart's content. If you do something like use water intake stickers or water intake stamps, you can still do that, but not with the stickers and not with the stamps. Draw them in. Use a blue pen or whatever colour pen you use and draw them in. If you want to use colour coding dots, don't use the stickers. Draw them in with your coloured pens. This is the difference between One Book July and this challenge. You can use any pens you want. And the first 2 weeks is all about, can you do it without any decoration? But with pens. Pens are great. You will find so many uses just for coloured pens in your decorating by the end of the month. But for the first 2 weeks, coloured pens you can use for colour coding, you can use for dots, you can use for circles, things you need to fill in or tick off. For example, if you want to do it on your week on 2 pages for a circle each day for gym visits, or for making sure that you're taking your vitamins or something like that, you can do it in the colour that you would normally have a circle dot for, or something like that. But don't use stickers, any stickers, don't use any stamps, and don't use washi tape unless it is functional. For example, if you use washi tape to make tabs at the top of your page, use that, but don't use it for decorative purposes. So that is for the first 2 weeks. That is going cold turkey. And then on the 15th of November, which is a Sunday, do a review, do an assessment of how you did. Because it's 2 weeks, it's a good time for you to have assessed how it is going to work. You can see how it worked, how it didn't. You can see how you felt and how you feel it's going to work for the rest of the 2 weeks. And I'm going to have to just leave the screen for a second while I plug my laptop in. Unfortunately, it needs the charger connecting, so bear with me 1 second. I'm sorry, and I can't pause the video. My webcam doesn't let me do that, so 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So that's the first 2 weeks. And then the next week, which is the 16th onwards, well, for the whole of the rest of the month from the 16th onwards, you are allowed to start integrating functional stickers and functional stamps. So this is, for example, if you have a water intake stamp with the sort of like glasses or droplet shapes, you can use that. You can use colour coding stickers. You could use anything like that that is functional. But during the first 2 weeks you used pen for. Now you can use functional stickers. So for example, if you have an arrow sticker to denote that something is really important, you can use that. You could use throughout the month you can use those post-it highlighting strips. They're fine. But actually no, let's change that. During those, from the 16th onwards, you can use post-it highlighting strips for things that need those. For the first 2 weeks you can use them if it's something that you don't want the highlighting on afterwards, so that you need to remove the strip. But for the first 2 weeks, if you want it permanently highlighted, don't use the strips, use a highlighter pen. They're equally as good. If you want it permanently highlighted, highlighting pens are great. If you need it temporarily highlighted, use the strips. But from the second week onwards, if it's a functional highlighting strip, you can use it. And then on the Sunday, which is Sunday the 22nd, assess how you did, the same as you did on the 15th. See how you feel it went, see how it looks. Does it look pretty enough that you don't need to use decorative stickers and decorative washi tape? Great, fantastic. Then on the 23rd onwards, you're allowed to start decorating, but not with stickers, not with washi tape. The point of this last week of the month is to decorate, but using things that aren't one use only, that you can use pens for, or you can use stamp and ink for. The point about this week is that I'm challenging you to decorate using things that you can use again and again. So start doodling with pens, or start using stamps with ink, because stamps you can use 100 times, 1,000 times. Stickers, unless they're restickable ones, you can only use once. And to me, that can be a waste of money, because you may only have one of those stickers and you may want to use it several times, and you can't necessarily unpeel it and stick it on another page. So you have to buy another pack of stickers. It seems very wasteful sometimes, and I feel like sometimes I can't even use the stickers because they're one use only. But if you are able to doodle or able to use stamps, those are not single use only, and you will be saving money by doodling with your coloured pens or using stamps. And so this couple of weeks shows if you feel like using stickers is costing you too much money, or is feeling like a bit of a waste, or you just want to challenge yourself in using your drawing skills, even if you don't think you have drawing skills, take your stickers and copy them. Doodle with using the stickers as the sort of template, the base of your drawing. You can modify them if you like. If you like, you can change the colours, you can make them bigger or smaller, but challenge yourself to decorate by using things that are not one use only. And then you will be able to see if that is something that you can do in future. You can also draw your own washi tape. It's really easy. 2 lines, 2 horizontal lines. You can do straight edges or a sort of tear at the edge to look like it's been ripped off, and then just do decorative patterns in between. You can use coloured pencils to colour in the background, or coloured pens, or you can even use watercolours. You can do any patterns you like. So if you've seen a washi tape that you can't get hold of, or if you just invent a new washi tape by just drawing it on the page, it's really fun. For example, I can't find any ancient Egyptian washi tape. I could draw my own, and it's great because you could even, like those washi tape sample pages people have in their planners or in their journals where they have a strip of each washi tape. You could do that, and you can have a sort of sample of each washi tape that you have invented, and you can use that as the template for drawing that washi tape again and again in your planner, and it won't cost you a penny. It's fantastic. So those are the weeks of the challenge, and by the end of the month you assess the whole month. How do you feel it went? Do you feel like you really do need those stickers and really do need that washi tape? Do you feel like you just don't love your planner without them, and that you really do need them, and that it encourages you to use your planner? Then okay, go back to it. You are absolutely able to go back to it afterwards. But if you feel like you can do it without it, maybe go for another month and see how you get on. However, there are going to be some of you that are going, oh, but it's Thanksgiving, or oh, but it's my birthday, or my child's birthday, and I really want to decorate on a certain month. Then you have that option. This is completely optional, and you can decorate on those days if you want to. If you want to get out your turkeys and your pilgrim hat stickers, use that for Thanksgiving. If you are doing bonfire night here in the UK, get out your fireworks stickers. That's completely up to you. But if you really want to do the challenge properly, then doodle them, or go without doing them, or come back to them at the end of the month and use the stickers afterwards. So that's your challenge, if you choose to accept it. And we have a hashtag, which is Back2Basics month and year. I realise that some of you won't necessarily be doing this in November 2015. So for example, if you were doing it in January, you could do Back2Basics January 2016. And the 2 is a number 2. So it's Back2Basics November 2015. And use that on social media so we can find you. I'm going to set up a Facebook page, and the page means that you can access it even if you don't have a Facebook profile, even if you don't have a Facebook account, you can still access it. I will post the link below to this video. And so think about it. You've got until the end of the month to decide if you want to do it. I've tried to do this early enough that you will hopefully not have decorated for the next month yet. If you have decorated for the next month, maybe put this off until you come across a month that you haven't decorated for, such as January. So I will list the instructions below, and see how you get on. You might find that you don't need to decorate and that you save a load of money or save a load of time, or that doodling is even more therapeutic than sticking stickers on. You can come back at the end of the month and do it like a scrapbook. After the fact, you can stick your photos on, or stick like things in that your kids have done or that you've been given, like poems and quotes and things like that. But just challenge yourself for 1 month to go without stickers and go without washi tape and actually plan. See how you can prioritise the planning, and see how much more efficient you feel by the end of the month, and how much less sort of wasteful you feel for not having to buy those stickers. And then if you feel like at the end of the month you can do without stickers, maybe donate those stickers to your kids or to your neighbours' kids or your nieces or nephews. You can still keep the washi tape, because washi tape is very functional. For example, sticking pieces of paper in, or making your own tabs. Or if you feel like you don't even need washi tape, then great, donate it. You can donate it to Goodwill or charity shops. But just see how you get on. Use the hashtag to say on social media how you're getting on. Write on the Facebook page, and I'll come back to you at the end of November to encourage you to say how you've got on. By all means, make YouTube videos throughout the month to say how you've got on, and I will try to make a YouTube playlist like Romany did. I have no idea how to do that, so I'll be asking her advice on how to make a playlist with all of your hashtags. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and good luck in the challenge. Okay, bye.